have raised their hand, they can feel free to unmute themselves. So let me.
Hi, I'm Esther. I have 2 questions. So the first one, like how best can you read the atmosphere in the room before networking with someone so as to avoid maybe a disappointment of approaching somebody who isn't interested or
Sorry,
is
can you
pressed
repeat
on
the
time?
start again, Esther? Sorry, can
Okay,
you
I'm
repeat
saying,
that?
how best would you read the atmosphere in the room before approaching someone and networking with them to avoid that disappointment of approaching someone and then maybe they aren't interested or they're pressed on time, something like that, yeah? Then on my second, sorry, the other question is, since most of us are ladies, sometimes you may attend a conference, where maybe you meet a gentleman and maybe like you're interested in what they do, etc. You end up exchanging contact, but then they're always deviating in other types of conversations which you may not be interested in. So how do you flip this so that you maintain course of what you wanted and remain objective? How do you do that without making it sound as if you're rude?
Well, to answer your first question, Esther, I think like you have to have realistic expectations. Like, as we've already said, some of the most effective networking happens in kind of social circles or social forums. So I think it's impossible to expect a 100% level of engagement from everybody. Like, in the real world, like, you know, you just have to prepare yourself to take knocks as well, and that means people not replying to your messages or emails as well. Like, it is very, very tough to take, but unfortunately that is the only way you're going to excel in any field. That's what I feel. You have to take the good with the bad. Reading a room, I don't know, would I read a room or read a person? I'm more into engaging with somebody one-on-one than sensing the whole environment around me. I'm not sure, do one of the other ladies want to follow up and add on to that, or maybe contradict me and say that they're the opposite? That's how I feel when it comes to reading the room.
Okay. The second question that Esther asked, if you share your contacts with a male and then they try to deviate their chat or their talk to something else, do you have an answer to that?
Is this with like WhatsApp or something like some kind of social media platform?
Yeah, either. Maybe you've shared your number and...
It happens a lot. Unfortunately. Yeah, you just have to be clear and concise and shut that down immediately. I wouldn't be entertaining that at all. That's for a completely different forum if somebody wants to ask you on a date or do something other than that. But I think you have to like be very firm but polite about your goal. You just have to be assertive as far as I'm concerned. And it's probably easier to start doing that actually in a virtual capacity on like WhatsApp or things like that. But I think when you're operating in your own cultural context, like if you're speaking to another Kenyan, I feel like it's easier a lot to gauge like if your replies are polite or not. I think cross-culturally it's more different, because sometimes I'm so direct, people are like, oh, you're being rude. But it's like, okay, I'm not. That's just culturally where I'm coming from. I'm direct.
Yeah. Okay. There's one more chat from Royal Commander. She says, at times I feel so ready for a webinar like this, but then I get all blank once I unmute myself. I talk less and I'm done. and I'm done. How do I work on